sorry. I'm sorry.
How can you not help a blind
Sorry,
man?
I asked.
How could you say blind man in front of a blind man?
Oh, right I didn't mean that in a bad way.
No.
I meant sightless. I didn't mean. I respect the blind as much as anybody.
Oh, of course. It's not a problem, believe me.
No, I didn't mean that in a derogatory sense. I got my own problems, really. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I have intimacy problems.
Oh,
so.
really?
So this is another one of my rant videos where I get to rant. One of the things that I have a lot of disinterest in is using euphemisms. Now, don't get me wrong, when you need to use polite language and, the situation calls for polite language, then by all means use it. But as George Carlin taught me over the few decades that I've been observing him, and he's, had a lot of influence in my life, George Carlin had this great disdain for euphemisms. And I think he's right, because what happens with euphemisms is that you are concealing something about reality that doesn't need to be concealed. You're using this type of soft language that conceals the real language, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with the real language, okay? And using the real language could actually help people, but when you conceal it with this silly language, it actually won't ever help anyone. So think about this. There are people who refer to blind people as visually impaired. And if you think about it for a second, that's the silliest thing ever. Anyone who wears glasses or, contact lenses is visually impaired, okay? So a blind person isn't visually impaired, they're blind, all right? I mean, if I had a friend who was blind and if I talked like a weirdo liberal, I bet you my friend would be, what, Al? What visually impaired? I'm blind, motherfucker. I wish I was visually impaired, They're not complaining, blind people aren't complaining that when they go to a restaurant, it's a little too dark and they can't read the menu because they forgot their reading glasses, all right? They wish that was their problem. Blind people are blind. Stop calling them visually impaired. So send me your comments and questions, and each week you'll get a chance to win a copy of one of my books. Your choice, either my book on presentation skills or business writing skills.